Okay, so this is a different style of video. I was able to get all of my things sorted out, so hopefully this will record. Hopefully. I was watching horror stories as I usually do, and yes, I do have a little bit of double chin going on. Master Oogway! I'm also wearing bunny ears so I can hide some of my face because I don't like being shown on screen. Okay, that's my thumb. Need to figure out where my camera is on my phone because this is the first time I actually figured out, hey, this is how normal people do a reaction channel, not just with audio. So I got this ad, the real cost of the Equality Act, which is pretty much saying if you are biologically male and want to transfer yourself, pretty much transgender into female, you are not allowed to go into the Olympics because for some reason they think men are more better than they are at all things. And I'm just like, wow, way to be sexist and transphobic at the same time. I know this camera angle is getting pretty whack. I know. I was reading the comments. No one agrees with them. 1,000 dislikes versus 286 likes. They're pretty much saying that if you're transgender, you're not human. And the YouTube channel is called, well, this is what I was going to talk to you about, like, you know, the basic stuff. I've been sick for the last couple days, sorry. But I hope to God that this video comes out because all my videos have been saying corruption error, corruption error. Alliance defending freedom. The only freedom you defend is your narcissism. So pretty much what they're saying is transgender is wrong. Wait, America's freedom isn't automatic. What the then why did we come here? Keep in mind, I'm transgender myself. You know, I actually like this camera angle better, just with my eyes. I like it. My nose looks so big. I'm sorry. Keep in mind, these ads are around 5 to 6 minutes long. Can you believe that? 5 to 6 minutes long of listening to their bullshit. I'm sorry, I have to check this. Someone already liked my comment on that video. What the hell? Choking on their bullshit. Okay, now other weird camera turn angle. Let's go. My face is in the corner. Just hello, children. Oh, wait. What? How? Hello? Yeah, I know. My fingers are gonna be in the way a lot. Why is it always down? It should be all the way up. I'm sorry if it's too loud or the audio sucks. Also, I'm kind of covered up right now. You know what? I actually like this camera angle. It's nice. I feel so professional right now. You have no idea.
Letter from a Birmingham jail.
Excuse me, who?
You're likely familiar with Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from a Birmingham jail.
I'm not.
What you may not know is what, exactly, landed King behind bars. It may surprise you, but the answer to
Last time I checked, he wasn't.
that question is just as relevant today as it...
They make up so much bullshit in their ads, I swear to God. In the last ad, they were talking about how 3 giant, athletes were victimized over transgender men, people, and them saying, oh, well, they're better than us because they're taller and more muscular. Girl, have you seen women in the Netherlands? They are giants. Jacksepticeye's girlfriend, there you go, there's my evidence. Look her up, it's fact. It's not my fault that you were born in America or somewhere else that have short women populations, but just because someone's taller than you and works harder for something doesn't mean you blame them for their actions and choices in their life. What the is wrong with you?
Was in April of 1963.
I got me a drink right here.
Beginning on April 3rd, King and other civil rights activists peacefully gathered in Birmingham, a segregated city at the time, to march on City Hall, boycott segregationist merchants, and focus the nation's attention on Jim Crow policies across the South. In response, Birmingham...
Is this going to be about racism? Okay, you cannot tell because of my skin color because I'm pale as fuck. But that's because I never go outside and I'm an introvert that watches anime all day. But I actually do have an African-American aunt. It's just my skin color when I was born didn't turn out that color. I also have Hispanic, like, aunts and uncles that live up the road from me. Ah, why does my hand always have to be in the way? I wish I had a computer, but I'm doing this with my phone.
Passed an ordinance that prohibited public gatherings without an official permit. King challenged the ordinance, but on April 10th, a state circuit court upheld it. Undeterred, King applied for a permit.
Okay, I have no idea what they're talking about. All I know that's bullshit. But I feel like this is low-key racist at the fact that, hey, you're different than me, so I get to take away your rights. Other than that, I have no idea what they're talking about, so let's move on from that, because I don't want this video to be just a million times long. It's already 6 minutes. That this app just runs so quick. When I've seen that other ad, apparently. Like, what? Bruh, it's... Can the government force you to advocate for abortion? I am going to die from their stupidity. America's core values under fire. What the fuck? Do Americans have the right to donate privately? What? I'm pretty sure they do, actually. But you know what? Why is that? Christian student forbidden from wearing Jesus Love Me face mask. One of these days I'm gonna facepalm so hard my hand is going to go through my skull. I'm Tomura Shigaraki. I was paying to myself. I was, like, paying attention to myself in the camera. I look so ugly. I'm a turtle. I bet they made this up. Let's actually watch this. I want to see if they made this up. Because where I'm from, Christian communities everywhere, son. Like, what the and I've never seen anyone... Like, you could be wearing a pride mask and you get in trouble for that. But if you wear a Jesus Loves Me face mask, you'd be privileged as hell.
If there's anything the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed, it's that a crisis can bring out the very best and the very worst in people.
Yeah, emphasis on the worst, that's where you all come in.
For instance, as New York City prepared itself for the worst in early 2020, Samaritan's Purse dispatched an army of Christian medical professionals and
Okay, so, like, why are you bringing the religion into this? They're obviously in the medical field. Why does that have to do with anything? Like, bruh, if you want to help, help. It's called basic human kindness. Like, if your religion is the only reason you're being nice, you should rethink your morals.
Volunteers to set up an emergency field hospital in Central Park, all at no cost to the city. Yet, because Samaritan's Purse holds Christian beliefs, some city council members demanded that the charity pull up stakes and leave. Like we said, the best and the worst.
Where is your evidence of this? I would like to see evidence of this. Like, government officials came to you and said, yeah, you're gonna need to pack up your stuff and leave. We don't want your help because you're Christian. I'm just like, bruh, take their help. I feel like they're making this stuff up just for the sheer drama.
Likewise, in Washington, D.C., shortly after officials allowed Black Lives Matter and Defund the Police to be painted on streets, two pro-life advocates from a small group affiliated with Students for Life of America and the Frederick Douglass Foundation were arrested for writing Black Preborn Lives Matter in temporary chalk on the same streets, even though they had requested a permit from the city in advance. The message was simple. You're free to express yourself and gather in large crowds with people who agree with you, but not if you disagree with the government's preferred message. But it's not just...
That's why the government is so fucked up here. Honestly, I'm talking about how they broke the thing, but to be honest, it was already broken. But they're just making it worse with all their bullshit.
Just in big cities like New York and Washington that we've seen this dynamic play out. It's happening all over the country, including small towns like Panola, Mississippi, population 1,543. That's where school officials barred third grader Lydia Booth from expressing her...
So this, you can purr 100%. Like, if I go there, which I probably won't because I don't have the money right now, but if someone goes there, interviews this little girl, she'll back you up. I don't think it's because the staff told her to. It could just be one teacher that simply doesn't like her. Like, teachers are like that. Like, say you have a boss, you're wearing, I don't know, like a skirt and a business attire thing, and he says, "Hey, your skirt's too short," and it's literally at knee length. That could just be the boss's problem. Like, not because of the population or anything like that, or just common opinion, but could just be one person's problem, and you're making it a huge deal when it doesn't need to be.
Deeply held religious beliefs on her school-mandated mask, even though her classmates could express their non-religious views. Ever since school had opened...
Okay? Like, express whatever views you want. We don't care. Like, if you want to say, Jesus loves me, then go ahead. What's the problem? It's literally 3 words. Like, if you have such a problem with it, just ignore it.
Back up for in-person classes in the early fall. Students...
I tell you this, she got kicked out of church one time, I swear to God.
throughout Simpson County had shown up wearing masks bearing all kinds of messages. Some of Lydia's classmates wore masks that said Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Others wore masks sporting the logos of local football, basketball, or baseball teams.
Okay.
But only Lydia Booth wore a mask that, in administrators' minds, crossed the line. What was this offending message?
I tell you this, the only reason the teacher got offended is because she either wanted that mask for herself, or she simply does not, like, if that, you know what, she's blonde-haired, blue eyes, clearly top of the class, pretty priss, top popular girl that's probably on the cheer team. I don't think it was the mask that set her off. I really think it was this kid's personality. Because if it's not the adult's problem, then it's probably the kid being a brat. And the kid just used her mask as a cover-up. Because, like, kids are nasty. You have no idea what, like, f***ed up things kids will do. Especially, like, this is in the 3rd grade, right? Boy, 3rd graders be pulling out guns where I'm at in fights. Like, you have no idea.
3 words. Jesus loves me. Pretty offensive, huh? At least that's what the grown-ups running Lydia's taxpayer-funded public school must have thought. And that's why school officials pulled the 9-year-old aside and forced her to take off her mask and swap it out for a different one. Despite their claims to the contrary, administrators were discriminating against Lydia, and her parents weren't about to stand by and allow their daughter to be silenced.
Oh my god. Fucking, the dad's a preacher. The mom ended up being a stripper and then got rehabilitated by the father being a preacher. And they had this kid by accident. And now they're just like, we need the Lord to save our child. Like, oh my god, I fucking can't.
Students at a public school...
You know what? Lydia, Karen, fucking Matt. That looks like a Matt. And that definitely looks like a Karen. Or fucking... Margaret, like, what the
School don't need a permission slip to speak freely on campus. The First Amendment guarantees that right.
She's in 3rd grade,
so,
man.
Lydia's mom, Jennifer,
researched
the school's policy on masks only to find that there was no rule about what messages were allowed. Along with posting on social media about the treatment her daughter faced at school.
Oh my god, of course. Karen's gonna get with her Facebook friends and drink some wine. I hate myself.
Well, that day, Jennifer set up a meeting with school administrators.
Jennifer,
in response,
I can't. That wheeze. I'm dying.
School officials scrambled to produce a new policy banning messages on face masks to try and escape the consequences of their own censorship. Yet the backpedaling rule only made things worse, explicitly banning all messages on masks that are political, religious, or that may be offensive. As it turns out, unconstitutional.
That one teacher, I swear to God, is a Karen. Like, that haircut just... I hate the fact that you're wearing a religious mask. I'm just like, I hate the fact that you're being a bitch. Like, you should be able to wear a mask, whatever it says, like, wherever you go, like, it's fine. I don't understand why this is a problem. But you yourself are igniting the flame of the problem.
Banning more speech isn't the cure for an unconstitutional ban on some speech. Remember that first lesson from kindergarten? 2 wrongs don't make a right. In response to the school district's
Yeah, you're the other wrong.
actions, and to make sure this doesn't happen at other schools, Alliance Defending Freedom filed a federal lawsuit. This isn't just about a mask. It's about a public school picking and choosing which viewpoints are welcome at school. When it comes to free speech, the government can't pick winners and losers depending on what people have to say. That applies.
They can and they have already. Like, have you not seen the news lately? Trump storms the Capitol. I'm too weird for this world. I hate my chin. Just, hello, I'm Master Uguay. There are no accidents.
Applies at public schools every bit as much as it does on public street corners. As a society, we've debated many things during the COVID-19 pandemic, but one thing that's not debatable is whether students have the right to free speech at school. The First Amendment settled this question over 2.
I'm sorry, but when was it ever right that children under the age of 18 have rights? If you all have known me ever since my first Instagram account that got hacked and now has over probably 1,000 followers, but since it got hacked by Instagram itself, because Instagram itself signed a contract that I did not agree to. Pretty much, I caught my own mother saying that children under the age of 18 are pretty much toys to use and abuse and do whatever the fuck you want to do with them. You could kill them and it wouldn't matter. So last time I checked, yeah, kids don't have rights. I don't agree with her. Kids should have rights, and that's a fact. Like, if it's a human being, it should have rights.
100 years ago, free speech isn't optional. It's mandatory.
Then why are you going against such bullshit? You know what, I want to see. You know what, I want to see. This is going to be like an hour-long special on why, like, I've been gone so long. Sorry, too close to the camera. I just, nah. Oh my god, this is, I've seen this, but you all need to see it. I actually forgot most of the details, but oh my god. I have experienced this myself, personally. I'm not gonna say what school I go to, and just so you know, when I say I go to school, YouTube, do not say, oh my god, you're a child, you go to school. College, bitch. College. Meaning, I am over 18. So, don't be like, oh my god, you're a kid, shield the child from the unholiness of the land. Like, what? No.
Do the parents of a first-grade girl have a right to know if teachers and administrators at her school are encouraging her to believe that she's really a boy trapped in a girl's body?
There it is! There it is! Oh, that's the cry of someone that has suffered. The fact that the teachers support her and her parents don't really prove how bullshit the system is. Like, if a kid trusts teachers more than they trust their own parents, that's saying something. I go by another name than I go by at home, and my parents did not know about this up until, like, maybe a month ago, probably, and they got furious by the fact that I was going by a different name, and I'm just like, wow, you don't support me. Okay, I knew it, because I already came out to them as trans once, used one name, I changed it for other reasons than just to change it. Like, I had a very good reason and stuff. But then the teachers tell my parents, hey, so-and-so is doing badly in this subject. Math sucks. And they're just like, who? And they're like, oh, your son. I'm just like, well, and they're like, we don't have a son. We have a daughter. And I'm just like, yo, bullshit won't work out.
This seems like a simple question with an obvious answer. The answer is yes. Yes, of course the parent.
I honestly don't think the parents should know unless the child says it's okay, because they don't know about their home life. Like, damn.
Parents of a minor should at the very least know if their kid's school is influencing them toward making such a life-altering choice.
Bruh, they influence them. They're informing them.
Who's going to tell the public school district
That's what
in
schools
Madison,
do.
Wisconsin? The Madison Metropolitan School District, a taxpayer-funded and government-run public education system, decided in 2018 that students of any age could take on a transgender identity with the school's assistance. And
that's great. I want to go to that school, because here it's like, you're a lady, you know that? And God will never love you if you're not redneck, strict, and fucking married before age 25. And I'm just like, can y'all just stop being fuckheads for 5 minutes?
without parents' knowledge or consent.
Who
The district's policy requires that all teachers not only affirm any gender identity a child of any age requests, but actively conceal.
Bruh, the only reason they are not telling the parents is because the parents probably beat the kids. Like, bruh, after this video, I'm going to need to take a breather for about 2 hours just to get over their bullshit. You know what? 12,000 dislikes and one more against this.
It from parents. Madison's policy even directs teachers to keep parents in the dark by using their child's birth name and pronouns whenever the parents are nearby.
Okay,
Think
that's a
about
good
that.
thing.
If 7-year-old Lily.
Like, you don't know about their home life. Like, some kids get beat over not being considered normal in their household. So you're saying it's better off if we tell teachers, well, not if we tell teachers, but if the teachers tell the parents, hey, your kid is going like this and they're trans and la 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 la, then you should just, you could literally get a child killed in some states for this. Like, telling the parents. But apparently they don't give a fuck about that. They say they care about kids, but they really, really don't. Also, like, bruh, just, I'm saying bruh a lot, I'm sorry. I hate.
Decides that she is really Luther.
Okay.
Her teachers must call her Luther.
Okay.
Except when Lily's parents come in for a parent-teacher conference or school activity.
He could get
For many
beaten.
parents, the local public school is their only option. It's also run by the government, which has an obligation to protect parents' rights to direct the upbringing of their children.
Well, at least the government is going in the right direction for once in the existence of American government.
A right that has been clearly affirmed by the U.S. Supreme Court and the Wisconsin Supreme Court. At a minimum,
at least you're doing
parents
something
have a
right.
moral and legal right to know what is going on with their children. Studies have...
And apparently they also have the right to beat the fuck out of them in case they think they're in the wrong. Because that is probably what's gonna happen. And that is why, do you realize how many children get beat and abused in the United States? Too many. If it's over one, it's too many. And it's like 100,000 a year. I guarantee it. That or more.
Shown that the vast majority of children who experience gender dysphoria, the feeling that they don't fit their biological sex, ultimately outgrow those feelings by puberty or adulthood.
Bitch, I've been trans for almost 3 years now. Almost. I've been trans for around 2.5 years. Like, what? Even when I was 10, I saw signs that I didn't want to be a girl. Like, what? So if you count that, 5 years. I don't think it's gonna go away.
By contrast, studies also show that affirming a young child's gender dysphoria can have the opposite result, reinforce.
So you're telling me, if the parents know and they still support their kid, then it's wrong? So they should dislike them and beat them until they are their biological gender? Because that is what you're saying right now. Like, oh, these teachers didn't tell these parents that their kid was transgender. And I'm just like, well, okay, so what? And they're like, oh, it's a law that they have to tell them. But if they do support them, that'll just encourage them more, so they should beat them. I'm dumbstruck. Like, why? How many subscribers? Does 28,000 people agree with this? That is sad and absolutely disgusting that people agree with this type of behavior.
Seeing these feelings well into adulthood, and leaving parents out of the discussion makes matters even worse.
I say it makes it better. You be what you want to be as long as it's not hurting anyone. Like, I'm sorry, me being me frightens the daylights out of you, but I'm not doing anything morally wrong. Like, by God.
As one expert, clinical professor of psychiatry at Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine, Dr. Stephen B. Levine has put it, for a child to live radically different identities at home and at school, and to conceal what he or she perceives to be his or her true identity from parents, is psychologically unhealthy in itself, and could...
When did he say this? Like, he's kind of right. You're kind of right. But if it's for the greater good of themselves and their health, as to not be beaten or, like, starved or anything awful, then they should do it.
readily lead to additional psychological problems. Meaningful and healthy support of a child struggling with gender issues must include parents. It's obvious why the moral duty of any school, and certainly the legal duty of...
Bro, they look so pissed that their kid is trans. The dad is like, I don't want my kid being this, no! And the mom is just like, I'm so disappointed in you all. Like Martha and fucking Fred. Like,
a
oh my
public
God.
school is to inform the parents of children who are struggling with gender dysphoria. And it should go without saying that parents should never be lied to about what is going on with their own children.
Boy!
But all this took a distant second place to Madison Public School District's stated goal, to disrupt the gender binary. In May 2019, one of the schools in the district held an assembly where kindergartners through fifth graders were made to watch a video of one of their teachers.
Okay.
In the video, the teacher read a book that says things like, "Are you a boy or a girl? How can you be both? Some days I am both. Some days I am neither. Most days I am everything in between."
Who
Then
wrote
came the
this
big
book?
reveal.
I
The
want to read
teacher,
it.
6 and 7-year-olds were told, now identifies as the opposite sex.
Okay.
Under the school policy, disrupting the gender binary also means leaving it up to teachers and minor children whether or not the parents deserve to be included in developing a gender.
Okay, that's great. That's actually good. Like, if the kid thinks I should tell my parents this and feel safe telling them this, then that should be their decision, no matter what age.
Their support plan. And to keep parents as in the dark as possible, the policy instructed teachers to file the plan in their own confidential records, not in student records, which parents have a legal right to see. In response to this abuse of power and dereliction of duty by the
Y'all just want kids to be beaten, tortured, and transgender people to burn, don't you? You've already made like 5 videos on this subject.
Madison Public School District, 14 parents, with the help of Alliance Defending Freedom, together with lead counsel from
This bitch's channel is slowly taking away our rights. Can you believe that? Soon if it's gonna reach my... Oh my god, if they come here, I'm gonna laugh at their face. Like, if they come to my school, like, here is Alliance Defending Freedom. I'm just like, yeah, I've seen your ads. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm gonna walk in there with a transgender mask, I swear to God.
The Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty sued the district, calling on the court to uphold the fundamental rights of parents that are under threat from the policy.
Bruh, the
In
kids
September
don't feel
2020,
safe.
The court temporarily blocked the school district from lying to or deceiving parents about the gender identity their child may have adopted at school. But the case...
The government went from being, alright, you in the right direction, to complete U-turn and went dive bombing to hell.
This is far from over. Parents should be able to trust their children's teachers to uphold basic values and to affirm biological realities. They shouldn't have to take legal action to
Biological realities. They're pretty much calling transgender people now a mental disorder. What? I say as I'm wearing a mask and bunny ears on camera. I don't like showing my face on camera. You want to talk to another person? Corpse husband, dream, and Corpse is straight, so if you got a problem, you can fuck off.
Establish those basic expectations. But today, apparently they do. Is something similar happening at a school district near you?
I hope
You're
not.
not alone. Reach out to www.adflegal.org/contact-us to find out more.
Just go to transophobia.com to fuck up your life. This is probably going to be the end of my video because I cannot deal. So let's just click away from the playlist real quick and click on the comment section. Is it still recording? Yeah, it is. I'm about to leave the country because the only reason I get these ads is my location. By Marinelle W. 5 months ago. I don't want to see this on my ads ever again, especially not a drag race YouTuber's video. What the fuck? Dark Yagami, yes. Eden Schwink, I think is how you call it. 234, dead naming a child, yelling at them, or even kick them out of the house is not meaningful and healthy support. Exactly! Strawberry Fox. It's the fact that they apparently didn't even read the actual policy for me. I don't know how to say the first word, but it's _tree. Have you ever considered the fact that children were afraid to tell their parents, maybe because their parents are transphobic? Thank you! I don't consent to letting my child be who they are. Jason Clemens, thank you. Oh my god, that's great. That's the entire video of itself. Imagine being this transphobic and lack of understanding from trans perspective. What? Wait, hold up, I need to read that again. What? Imagine being this transphobic and lack of understanding from a trans perspective. What? Where the fuck are these sources? You can't just oppress trans confirming. Exactly! Where are the sources? Where is the real information? Where is your proof of fact? Child, I don't feel like another gender, but I don't feel safe telling my mom and dad. Conservatives. Now this is an Avengers level threat. She really said his or her and gender issues need to be resolved. What? Wait, what? No, they, them is the things. Parents can be abusive if they're told early on. Yeah, exactly! Like, bruh, who the when you have no good arguments against trans people, so you make up your own scenarios. Facts. Freedom Matters proceeds to prevent children be who they are and express themselves so they can be comfortable with themselves. Legit. People know I'm trans, and yet they put me in a girls' health class. You know how I got out? I nearly caused a fight because they were being transphobic. another trans person was in there. I considered my friend, but then they acted cis. Fake trans. I know, it's wrong to say that. I know it's offensive to say that. But it really is. They acted normal around them, but they'll act trans around pretty much anyone else. And I understand the fact that, oh, well, maybe they don't want to get beat up. They only picked on me because I was just trying to join into a conversation. The only reason they didn't pick on him is because he beat the shit out of anyone. And that's fact. This video, parents have the right to know if their child is transgender. Kids who are abused by their school because their school outed them. That's fact. That hits way too hard to home, guys. It's like saying, oh my god, these teachers aren't telling their parents their kids gay, even though the parents could beat their kids and call them demonic for it. I mean, I wonder why teachers aren't. Yes! Oh no, schools are politely asking children what they want to be called in their pronouns. Let us sue them! Ah! That's you? This is you? Jump in a lot of conclusions. Thank you, Mac. Credit to Mac does it. I love his channel. But yeah, like, someone stop him. Girl, no school teachers... No, wait, what? I can't read. No school teaches kids to be trans. Trans people figure out by themselves. No cis person just becomes trans. What? Bitch, what am I? Who also came here just to dislike this video? No links to these studies. Yeah, let's check the description. Like, who? There's no... Look at this! Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Parler. See more Freedom episodes here. Learn about Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty here. There is no facts at all for these, apparently, studies. There's nothing here. Oh my god, by now this channel is a joke. Oh my god. Well, let's hope this comes out. This has been me raving about how YouTube's bullshit system works. Pretty much Jacksepticeye's instant karma video got taken down because it violated community guidelines. It did not in the slightest. It did not in the slightest. And yet, this is an ad that makes real money. 1.1 million people have seen this. And I'm pretty sure it's like 18 cents a view. You know what? We're doing this. We're calculating this. Like, we'll have to multiply this. So, 0.18 cents per view times 1.10000000. You know what? I feel like I did something wrong here. Yeah. There it is. So, I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't know. $198,000 for oh my god. YouTube, fix yourself, or, you know what? I'm gonna ask you know what? Let us strive to make an app that lets us post videos and stuff exactly like YouTube, but real people, instead of bots and transphobia, can just run free everywhere. Let's solve that. Thank you. Also, this is the first time I figured out how to use my camera, so yay, I'm on YouTube now, hello! Even though not any of my videos get views, but you know what, hopefully this one will.